All right, we're continuing our 26th step to become an Orthodox Jew. And the next steps is men and women, understanding men and women. This is maybe strange for you, maybe that it's a step to become Orthodox Jew, but the truth is those are two. It's one of the most important topics in Judaism because everything in Judaism is connected to men and women. What do I mean? Um, the whole relationship that we have with God is um, supposed to be like a man-woman relationship. The reason why we have to get married, there's a mitzvah to get married, and the idea is to learn how to be having a relationship with someone else. The most important part of your life is going to be married. That's the place where you're going to have to invest the most in your relationship. That's why in the Gemara it says even that a man who is not married is not even a man. The goal is to become a giver. You cannot be a giver if you don't have a relationship. So the whole idea of man and woman is to be able to learn to be a giver and to and to reciprocate that with our relationship, mirror that with our relationship to Hashem. So a man has certain responsibilities, a woman has certain responsibilities. You have to learn what is the mission of the woman, what is the greatest of the woman, the greatness of the woman, what's her unique responsibility, and same thing for the men. Men have to learn from men, women have to women. You can also learn what the other has to do, but only if you have already finished learning about yourself. Men and women are completely equal in Judaism. Women are considered to be more spiritual naturally, and men are more intellectual naturally. Usually, the man has more connected to chokhmah, the woman more bina. That's why the woman has bina yesera, but they are datan kalot, so therefore they have harder. The way that they process information to make it into practice and put it in practice is not as great as the one from men. Therefore, that's not their responsibility, and that's why men are more in charge of halacha than women in terms of giving the laws, and court application of the law is in the hands of men because they are naturally greater at that. Not that women are less important. As we know, the man has to treat the woman like his queen, and with tremendous respect. He shouldn't do anything without her consent, and it's vice versa. We're not. The man is not greater than the woman is not greater than the man. They both have to understand each one's roles. If there are mitzvahs, commandments that are done just for the man or just for the woman, it's not one is greater than the other. Is that they have a higher power, a stronger power in that area. There are things that women do that men don't do, like the mitzvah of challah, the mitzvah of candle lighting on Shabbat, and a lot of other mitzvot. And these are because the women have priority in that. So sometimes men has priority, sometimes the women, but we should not underestimate the other, chas v'shalom, God forbid. It's as important for men and women to learn, and they both have to learn what they're responsible for learning, meaning what they're supposed to respond for learning what they're supposed to do. So each one, the man and woman, should learn. God forbid the woman should not learn, or not pray, all that. And one should both learn the laws of what one has to do. But it's unnecessary to learn what one doesn't need to do. However, when a woman is allowed to study also what a man has to do, but as only after learning what a man has to do. A man cannot do a woman's. Should not look like a woman. A man should not look like a woman, and a woman should not look like a man. Those are the laws. We should not dress the same. We should not do the same, because otherwise we lose the true identity of what a man is and a woman is. That's very, very important. There's a lot of confusion in that area, and unfortunately sometimes there's a lack of respect of men, or sometimes lack of respect for women, or men wants to become men, women, or women wants to become men, and that destroys the whole Judaism. It's like saying, I am man, I want to become God, I want to be God, and God should be man. Or like, God is not jealous of us, and we should not be jealous of God. We all both have our mission. We cannot be God. We can be in His likeness, but that's okay. It's on different. So that's about man and woman. It sounds maybe like a simple step, but there's so many wars and so many fights and so many problems in the Jewish world with men and women. Unfortunately, and the Yetzer Hara, the Satan, does everything to destroy men and women's relationship, marriages today. There's so many divorces even in Judaism. Men don't understand women, women don't understand men. We have to spend hours and hours and seminars and classes and Shalom Bayit therapy and whatever in order to learn what a man is and what a woman is. The deepest secrets are behind it, but until one is able to do that, one will not be able to be stable in one's Judaism, because everything reflects on my relation with God. So the most important thing is to learn to be a good spouse, to learn one's responsibility as a spouse, and or as a man, as a woman, and then we'll be able to have the best possible Judaism. And you have to try to connect everything you learn from your marriage to your marriage with God, and God and the Jewish people, like husband and wife. If you have more questions about it, you can ask me, and I'll try to answer them. Thank you for listening.